Welcome back to another video, and today we talk about not a smartphone, but a wearable. And it's been a while since we've done a wearable review, right?
Apple Watch Series 11?
I mean, it's a time of year where everyone's dropping their latest and greatest, and Apple is not behind because they dropped the Apple Watch Series 11 alongside the Apple Watch Series Ultra 3, which we're also going to review at some point soon. But today we're talking about the baby brother, the Series 11.
And nothing is different compared to Series 10.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. So we're at a point with the Apple Watch where the upgrades are just going to be very minimal year over year.
Barely noticeable.
Outside of the Ultra, because ever since Apple introduced the Ultra, I've always gravitated to that model. But like standard Apple Watches, I don't think have been like super, is exciting the right word? Since like Series 6 or 7?
Even if you look at my history with upgrading and keeping...
You didn't upgrade for like 4 years, right?
Oh, and I usually do it every year.
Yeah.
And for the watch specifically, I just stopped because there was nothing that made me say I want to get the latest model. Because even though there might have been new features, they were minimal and not me worth jumping in and getting the latest model.
Yeah, and I think even whenever you take a look at Series 11 versus last year's Series 10, there is only...
Like a couple?
2 things
Yeah.
that are new.
Yeah.
And the 2 things that are new are going to be marginal at best.
Yeah, and Apple will do this thing where every time they release a new smartwatch, and this has been the trend for the last couple of years, they'll announce a lot of new features. So there is a lot that came out with this Apple Watch, but most, or many, if not most, of those features are not going to be exclusive.
Yeah, and they're driven by software.
Exactly, they're not going to be exclusive to this latest model.
Yeah, a lot of the cool new features that they've announced, if you have like a Series 9 or later and you upgrade to watchOS 26, you're going to have a lot of those cool software features that they've introduced.
And you won't be missing out.
Yeah. Now, as far as Series 11 goes specifically, there's 2 hardware-specific additions to this. And outside of that, you might not be upgrading for another 4 years.
Depends on which one you have. Now, one thing that the Apple Watch Series 11 does have, though, that is new and exclusive, it's the materials that it's made out of. And I'm not talking about the aluminum because personally, I actually came from a Series 7 stainless steel and I loved this stainless steel look. I love the look, I love the feel, the heft, the design, the shininess, but the fact that it didn't scratch, it didn't break, and it was very, very durable.
We have our reservations about Apple putting aluminum on their products here.
It's... The thing is, I was very disappointed when I tried to get the Series 11 and I went through their website and there was no stainless steel option.
There's titanium.
There is titanium, which I was in this dilemma, and I remember talking to you about this, that I almost bought the titanium version of the Series 11. I'm not a big fan of the Ultra. I think that's too much for me, and I don't think I'll take advantage of it. But I was looking at the Series 11, 46 millimeter, starts at $749.
For context, the Apple Watch Ultra Series 3, which is on my wrist, starts at $799.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, why would I ever get the titanium series 46 millimeter Apple Watch Series 11 over the Ultra 3, which has so many more features for only $49 more?
Yeah. Yep.
It makes no sense in my mind. So I decided to not do the titanium version and go back to aluminum, which I hesitated, but what sold me is the fact that this watch does have Ceramic Shield 2
On the display.
On the display,
Yeah.
Which is Apple's latest achievement for more durable glass on their products. It's also on the iPhones, but now...
At least for scratch resistance.
For scratch resistance. And I'll be a testament that it does feel better. I am one to bump and knock and drop and honestly see how durable these devices are. And this watch hasn't gone a scratch in the last few weeks that I've had it, when I know that my previous Apple Watches that were aluminum did get scratched right away. Point being, that is a feature, an upgrade that I do welcome just because it makes the more basic model of the Apple Watches more durable, and that's always great.
Yeah. Watches are consistently a product that is outside your pocket.
Yes.
You get subjected to more accidental bumps. I go to the gym, I accidentally bump my watch against things.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah. It happens. So having some increased scratch resistance on the display is actually a really nice welcome feature. The aluminum is so light, doesn't even feel like a real product whenever you're holding it. What size is that? The 46?
That's the 46. And
That's
when
the 46.
you're comparing it, he's right. When you compare it to the
Ultras?
Series 3 or the Ultra 3,
Yeah.
and even for me that I came from a stainless steel version, this is so light and so
It doesn't feel real.
it doesn't feel like it actually is a piece of tech.
Yeah.
But it is, and it just takes time to get used to. I'm not saying that this is a breaking point or something that you should not consider getting because of that. But it does feel weird when you're coming from something heavier.
Yeah. So ceramic display is upgrade number 1. Mm-hmm. Upgrade number 2 is, if you were to be interested in getting a cellular Apple Watch, Series 11 now has 5G connectivity.
Yay.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that really cool?
Super cool, dude. What am I gonna do with that?
Yeah, now 5G obviously has like the faster network speeds compared to just your standard LTE, but
and that's only if you get the cellular version.
Right.
You might just get the
is
Wi-Fi
that the cellular
only.
version?
Nope.
Boom. So his watch got one upgrade. Not
So you might get the Wi-Fi only and not have that model. The thing is having 5G, it's great. I'm glad that the watch Series 11 does have 5G connectivity now, but even then, it's one of those things that's not a step up. It's just coming back to what everything else out there has already. So it's not like they're getting ahead of the curve or they have something that's revolutionary. This is just coming back to, hey, now you have the standard that every other company has on their devices.
Yeah. Now, when Apple introduced Watch Series 11, they also talked about some really cool health features like hypertension,
Sleep tracking.
alerts, and sleep tracking, which both of those are super crucial to people's health. Mm-hmm. It's important to know, though, that for things like hypertension, if you have a Watch Series 9
Right.
or newer, Apple Watch Ultra 2 or newer, you can get the hypertension alerts whenever you upgrade to WatchOS 26.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Sleep score is the same way.
And it's one of those things that we mentioned earlier is it's great that they're coming out with these new features. And if anything, I think it's great that they don't keep them exclusive. They could have made all those features exclusive to the latest models by locking it on the older ones.
Remember they did that with like the pinch? The
Even
pinch
though
gesture?
you could do that with older models.
Yeah, well, you had to do some sort
Like
of weird accessibility
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But yeah.
So I'm glad that they didn't keep it and they didn't gatekeep those features into the latest models. But at the same time, it makes you say, what else is new with new models? And there's not a lot. It
Yeah.
has the same chip. They claim that this battery lasts longer, but if you actually look at the footnotes on the website, the testing that they do to get those numbers compared to last year's model, it's different, showing that the battery is probably the same. So you be the judge. This watch is great, but you might have a great watch already because it's not that much different than this one.
when do you, if you have a 10, you definitely shouldn't upgrade.
10 or oh yeah.
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 If you have a 10, you definitely shouldn't upgrade. 9, maybe, because 9 will at least bring you a new design. If you have a Watch Series 9, and
Right.
you're considering this, 9 will at least bring you that slimmer, wider angle display kind of design that they introduced with Series 10. Mm-hmm. Anything older than 9, I think you're getting a decent
I
upgrade.
mean, I came from a 7.
Especially considering that Apple kept the price the same too from last year's Series 10.
Yep.
So if Apple even gives you $100 to $200 maybe on like a trade-in credit, I don't
On
think
an
it would
older
be that-
watch,
I don't-
there's
yeah,
no
I
shot
don't
they're
think it
gonna
would
think
be-
you're gonna
Apple's
give
gonna give you
$49.
Apple's gonna hit you with a GameStop special and be like, I can give you $10.
Actually, you swipe the floor and then I'll give you $10.
Yeah.
So just be careful with your trade-ins with the watches because they usually don't go for that high when you go to the Apple store, even carrier stores, I'm pretty sure. Point being, consider what you're getting depending on where you're coming from. You might have a watch that's just as good as this one and you might not even know it.
That's fair. That's fair. I think, like I said, I think anything older than Series 9.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
anything older than Series 9, you've also got a battery that's coming up on a couple of years old. That was your biggest selling point, not having a 4-year-old smartwatch battery.
Oh yeah, I mean my battery was old.
Fried.
It
Yeah.
was old.
Yeah, so if you have Series 8, Series 9, battery's coming up on 2 to 3 years old, might be time to upgrade into something nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully you did not have stainless steel because you're probably going to be disappointed about the material choices.
Just like me.
And we did mention that they kept pricing the same.
That's right.
So 2 sizes, 42 and 46 millimeter, $399 and $429 respectively.
Yeah.
Unless you want to get the titanium version. Titanium starts at $699
For the 42 millimeter.
for 42 and $749 for 46.
Yep. Only $49 cheaper at that point.
Yeah.
Than the Series.
At that
Ultra
point in
3.
time, you have a very serious decision to make. $50 cheaper to just get the Apple Watch Ultra.
That comes with so many more features.
Yeah, you get a larger watch too if that's your thing. It's bigger, more durable. Like that's a no-brainer for $49 extra. But going back to just a regular aluminum, right? Space gray, silver, rose gold, super nice jet black. I still think he fumbled by not getting jet black, but
Now, that one would get scratched like no other.
yeah. What color was your stainless steel? Was it silver?
Oh, it's a silver one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
So I
nice
get
and
why he
shiny.
went with the silver aluminum.
Yeah, just to keep the same look.
So that makes sense. But that's it. That is Series 11.
Series
It's
11.
11 years of watches in the making. It's a very mature product line. I still wish Apple would have just done something crazy with the Series 10.
I'm salty about that.
Yeah.
I'm salty that they didn't do anything huge for the 10th
10-year.
anniversary
Yep.
on the Apple Watch. I guess now we're waiting for the 20th.
We'll probably still be here at that point in time too.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
we'll
hope
be
so.
reviewing the Apple Watch Ultra 17.
Is that actually what the
I don't know, man. We're on
Let us
Ultra 3, but they refresh that one every like couple of years
That's
now.
true, that's true.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think in the comments. Drop it down below. Let me know if you're thinking of getting this watch and which one you have right now. But also stay tuned. Please subscribe because we do have a lot more coming up
Yep. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.
later. And it lasted. And I was very disappointed when I tried to get this Apple Series watch. Something felt wrong.